Shelley Sullivan here, spiritual teacher, and I'm really blessed to be here with you today. I have some more exciting experiences to share with you. And today's topic, I'm going to be discussing my personal experience with gateway travel, teleportation, portal travel, interaction with angelic beings, DMT experience, and a few other things. So first I want to let you know the reason why I call myself a spiritual teacher. The title doesn't come from anywhere of ego. It's more about that everything that I teach is spiritually based experiences that I'm being shown and experiencing. So once I experience whatever I do experience, I then do my due diligence and study them further in order to convey my experience clearly to my audience. So I just want to clear that up. These next videos that I'm releasing, I was going to put all these topics into my book, but the book is just not happening fast enough. I'm learning so much. I'm downloading a lot of information and experiencing many out of this world experiences. So in order for me to keep up, I figured the best way to get this information out at this time is through video. I will be continuing with my book, but it's taking a bit more time than I had planned. So I'll tell you about my experience. October 1st, 2013, I woke up in my bed at 5 a.m. and I was frightened, somewhat frightened, very tense in my body, and teeth were grinded and I was sweating. So I woke up and I'm like, what just happened? So once I calmed down a bit and I was in this parasympathetic mode, fight or flight, and I was totally in flight mode because I just had teleported from another location. And what happened was I remembered what just transpired. So I was in a gateway, a concrete gateway, fairly big area of concrete, surrounded by colorful light beams. There were colorful beams, yellow, blues, greens, pinks, and as well as I had my twin flame with me. And we were being educated or coached on how to just be in the now, be present, and just be. So that's what we were being taught before we were able to teleport back into our three-dimensional bodies. So it took some time for this, for us to get into this state. It wasn't easy. You have to really learn to be in the present moment. And as soon as we got to that final moment, I was teleported through a gray matter tunnel. It was like a cylinder of gray matter at the speed of light, and but through the speed of light travel, it was like a roller coaster ride, really intense and fast. So then finally I was back into my body, into the three-dimensional body, and that's when I awoke. So I found out later where I had traveled to, and I was in a vortex in Mount Shasta. That's a very sacred area in California. And I was interacting with the ascended Archangel Metatron and Lord Melchizedek. These are angels that are here to help humanity remember and to raise consciousness in this shift of consciousness in Gaia and humanity. So we often travel like this, very often, but we're not shown to remember a lot, because if we had remembered everywhere we went beyond this third dimensional world, we probably wouldn't want to stay in this world because it's very dense in Earth and it's not the easiest place to live. So knowing that I traveled this often was a comfort to me. But when I did awake from this experience, I went to my journal and I went to write my experience down, as I do this when I receive messages and any other information. So when I opened it up and I looked back to the pages I had written on a few days ago, I read that I had wrote StarGates School for kids, teaching humanity how to tap back into their soul and higher self in order to Stargate travel. So this all made really a lot of sense to me. I felt relieved, like everything's coming together. I'm now understanding why I'm experiencing all that I am. So it was really great, and I was also instructed to connect with the Archangels, Lord Melchizedek and Metatron on the earthly plane and continue my work, okay? So that's that story. The next story I want to share with you was my experience with a DMT experience, I call it, because I actually saw solid matter turn into energetic matter. So I was sitting on my bed just before I was going to have a nap one day, and it was about 3:15ish, and so I started to doze off into theta state, where you're almost in dream state. And then I saw the converter, the TV converter, which many of my messages come through technology. So this solid black plastic converter started to move into gray matter, molecules, atoms. And it just continued to kind of move out 2 feet long and then move back into solid. And I was like, what is going on? But I kept watching it. So it did it a few times, and then it went back into the solid matter, and the time was 3:15. And then it skipped from 3:15 to 3:17. And then I continued to watch, and then at 3:17 it stopped. It seemed like many, many minutes. I would guess it was about 5 minutes stop. And I didn't know at the time why this was happening, but later I realized throughout my journey that it was illustrating to me that our time here on Earth is an illusion. My interaction with a spirit being, and I believe it was a spiral serpent, but it was probably an ET, extraterrestrial. But it came to me, I was in my room doing laundry. So usually these experiences take place when I'm in a really relaxed state, and laundry relaxes me, obviously. So the rainbow colored, diamond shining, bright, colorful serpent came around my body, and it was huge, as big as the room, but clear and cut enough that it was like diamond sparkling of reds, greens, ultra colors. So it was kind of dancing around me, hovering over my head and around me, and it felt, again, I got this beautiful feeling of overwhelming love. And every time I went to look at it head on from my peripheral vision, I couldn't see it. So it was only from my peripheral that it was showing itself to me. And this being just hovered around me and danced around me for a number of minutes, and it was beautiful. And I had been asking for them to show themselves to me because I wanted this experience. And part of my teachings is going to be enlightening humanity with extraterrestrial beings, angels, and other beings that want to show themselves to us to help us, okay? So that's why I'm introducing that experience to you, to let you know that this is further what I'm getting into. So like I mentioned, my next video is going to be on angelic beings, extraterrestrials, and higher selves. So all infinite realm that is here to help us and guide us, okay? And also my other video, one on beyond that, is going to be reaching out to starseeds, indigos, crystal, and rainbow children and their parents to learn how to deal with this, because I also will tell you my personal story of being a starseed, indigo, light worker. Okay, so follow me to my next video. I can't wait to share it with you. Love and light, Shelley.